He said, I ain't done turning up shit. Cause I'm busy turning up it. Kind God, bitch, I get it quick. Tryna take it, you be burning up quick. Tato off the drugs on that fuck shit. I need on the money cause I'm counting, girl, I'm money counting. I don't gotta count it, I got a money counter. I'm up here at the top, huh? Started from the bottom. I can't really trust niggas, so you gotta watch them. Cause these niggas plotting, goddamn these niggas plotting. These niggas wanna fuck me, but they fuck me cause I'm hot now. I see what Mike Jones was talking about. Now I'm about to put a 4 in when the lawn out. I ain't done turning up shit. I'm too busy turning up shit. Yeah. Counting guap, bitch, I get it quick. Yeah. Tryna take it, you be burning up shit. Yeah. Tato off the drugs on that fuck shit. Yeah. Well, you little niggas don't know about that. You little niggas don't know about that. You little niggers. I'm not even done with you niggas. You thought I was done, but I'm not. This is gonna be like a 5-6 part series because you gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Nah, you gotta it gotta be flesh. Every part of it gotta be living, breathing, living, breathing, living, breathing. Like I'm never going to give you a joint and then make you have to figure it out for yourself. That's not how God do me. So I'm damn sure not gonna play with you like that because God don't even play with me like that. So I'm not gonna do you like that. So I'm gonna be as thorough as I can. I'm gonna make it plain so that men could pick it up, see the plainness. Like it's a deep conceptuality, but make it so plain that men could see it, pick it up, and run with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to give you a joint you could just see and run with it. You smell me, doggy bone. Doggy bone. I ain't gonna hold you. I gotta roll that spliff though because I just left the gym. Well, I ain't just leave the gym, but that creatine and that testosterone got me on. Nah. Nigga said, ooh, da 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 da, ooh, da 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 da. And every first time, it is all your reaction. All right, we're gonna pick up where we dropped off on For Them grave. But I gotta roll that split, so I can blaze. And I get my mind right all day. Niggas don't know, niggas better not play. Niggas didn't, no, hey, all right, I'm done. I'm not even gonna hold you down. Because every time I be like, oh, this the initialization, you a goddamn lie. Like, it do be the initialization, but God just blessed me with a spirit that's so extra, like so extras, so dramatic, so thorough. You know what I'm saying? Like God blessed me with that spirit and I apply it in everything that I do. So there's going to come times where like, I'm going to be like, oh yeah, that, you know, this is the beginning part of it. This is the initialization. Whole time it was an initialization to the initialization. Like that's, that's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Like, I already know exactly what type of parent I'm gonna be, bro. I already see it, like, clean off the back. Because I'm gonna be a type parent, like, I'm gonna have a little nigga go do some chores, right? I'm gonna tell a little nigga go do some chores. Then when he or she come back, I think my first baby gonna be a girl. I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna put that out there. Like, that's where my spirits always compel me. So, I don't know. We just going to look back at this years from now and, you know, that'll be interesting. But, yeah. Tell a little nigga go get together. You know what I'm saying, man? Go get that kitchen together, man. When I step with my bare feet, I don't want to feel no crunchies under my feet. No crumbs, man. Go get that kitchen together, right? Then everything I tell him do, he going to end up doing it, right? She going to do it. Then they gonna come back with a good report. They gonna be like, yo, Dad, like Daddy, I'm done. Like, I'm good. Like I could go do X, Y, and Z. Man, hell no. Like that was just the beginning. Like that was the initialization, bro. Like I was just getting you together. I was warming you up. Now we finna go scrub the basement, nigga. Now on me. Yeah. We gonna get right though. I ain't gonna hold you. My shit look a little textured because I ain't really, exfoliate. But you see my skin though? Like I've been really on my BS. I'm not gonna hold you. You smell me? Straight water, I need the glow. I ain't even been doing a toner or none of that. So this is all natural, just alkaline. You know what I'm saying? Like balanced pH alkaline water. And when you just on your walk with God, that nigga just start purifying shit in you, bro. I ain't gonna hold you down. When you in your walk with God and you training and you drinking your water, isn't it lovely? You gotta start coming Stevie, bro, cause you gonna just start being lovely. On me, you in the gym, holistically, holy. Oh, you on one, bro. I ain't gonna hold you down. I had to realign, bro, because there was a point, like even I gotta, come clean. Not all the time. Like I really had to start taking the gym more serious, bro, because they be in there, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you down, bro. The gym not what it was when I first started training, bro. It's a completely different thing now. Now gym is like the turn up. Like gym is like the cool thing to do. It wasn't always like that. And shoo, I'm not even gonna hold you down, bro. I be scopy, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you up. Remember DB Dragon Ball Z? Nigga used to have the little. I'm seeing power levels over 9,000, nigga, on me. But I'm like, nah, you know what, bro? Eventually, it came to a point where I gotta transcend this shit, bro. Or I'm gonna let the enemy win. Like, that can't be the reason why I'm in here, bro. So I just made it a rule, like, I don't even remember how long I was in my training journey, but eventually I'm like, nah, even this is covenant, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you, even this is covenant, bro. Because nobody put me in the gym. Like, none of my niggas was training. It wasn't like my mans and them was on a ting and them that just, hop on them, no. Like, God gave me that. He started showing me shit. Like, he starts showing me how he views me. And he starts showing me where I need to go as a man. You know what I'm saying? So then I had to really come to terms with that. I was just having this conversation with my dad last night. Anytime God or the universe or you feel the higher alignment bringing you forth, like you could look back at an Instagram picture and say, like I made steps forward, I made strides forward. Anything that devoted itself into the stepping you forward becomes covenant. Because when you do that thing routinely, when you do that thing perpetually, repetitiously, God didn't do it like your higher self didn't align you to your higher self for no reason. You know what I'm saying? So even the structures, the routines that we do, all of that is sacred, all of that is holy. So I started really just pre-ing the scene, like, no, this is covenant too, bro. I can't even be on that like that, bro. I don't even speak in the gym, nigga. Don't come say shit to me. Don't talk. I don't want to train what you wear, niggas. Unless a nigga's better than me. Like, if a nigga's in a space where I can learn from him and he's better than me, and I want to know how he did that bicep curl or how he got his rear delts looking like that, then maybe I might come off my square. I'm not in the space no more where I'm teaching niggas. I don't want to do that no more, bro. Like, or I'll do you one better. Like, I don't want to be the smartest person in my environment no more. I don't want to do that. I want to be the stupidest nigga around. Me. Like, I want to be the lowest in the whole environment. And if it can't be that, eventually, yo, you just gotta start demanding certain stuff from the universe. I demand this caliber of friendship or relationship or family orientation. Like I demand this, bro. And if it ain't that, on to the next contestant, nigga. On me, bro. I'm not doing it, bro. Nice little donkey. Nice little donkey. All right, let's lock in, bro. Them was just little seasonings while I roll a split. You know, I needed to stall a little bit. But I'm ready now. So now we laid the framework. Now we about to build on that, bro. We just let I'm turning that light off, bro. That joint is nasty. Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. Yeah, like come on, that's way better. Doggy bone. Doggy bone. And you see I can't I ain't gonna do that. I'm just letting it be known the cutoff tees is the wave 2 though. Don't sleep. You know what I'm saying? The Rick Owens joints is the wave 2 though. But that's why I always loved Rick, because you lit the thing that intrigued me the most about Rick is you literally have to have a body type to wear the clothes. And I never heard that. Like I never heard that verbiage. It's like usually in clothing, especially now. You know, I'm not gonna throw no shade, but it's all inclusive. Everything is always about inclusivity. Where Rick is coming from a completely different spectrum. Like, yo, if you're not on it like this, you couldn't even wear the clothes because it's really mind, body, spirit. So your mind gotta be a certain way for you to embrace the clothes. Your body gotta be a certain way for you to look in the clothes. Your spirit gotta be a certain type of way. So because it's a little bit avant-garde. So you know what I'm saying? You just gotta be so rooted that, nigga, I know who I am. Like I'm rocking it. What you talking about, bro? But that's not here nor there. I don't know what made me just say that. That's the autism, bro. On me, I'm on the spectrum. But okay, talk to me. Ooh. So we gonna end the legacy joint, which was the part 2. Kinda it ended up being the whole part 2. But we're gonna conclude that. Then we're gonna walk into the next level of it. So you got, now these are my actual notes. If you reference the video prior to this one, the part 2, yo, that spirit, bro, was just flowing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like sometimes it comes where I have to document and flesh out and structure like concepts or philosophies so that I can reference it and then like prompt my mind. But sometimes the topic within itself will be the prompt for my mind. Then it just start going boom, boomski. So I just let it, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, let it go, you know? And then at another point or another time, I could come even back to these notes, add, you know what I'm saying, in contingency with whatever else I had. So you got legacy, right? Building something that outlives you. This framework is not just about personal success. It is about building something greater than yourself. Wealth, wisdom, and strength should not end with you. Ooh. Wealth, wisdom, and strength should not end with you. They should be passed down. A man who strengthens these 5 areas creates a lineage of wisdom, mind, a legacy of health and vitality, body, a depth of character that echoes beyond his life, soul, a spiritual foundation that strengthens generations, faith, an inheritance of financial freedom, finance. This philosophy is not temporary self-improvement. It is about creating something permanent, unshakable, and generational. The pillars you build today will hold up the generations that follow you. Come on, it's big, bro. We ain't just living for ourselves, doggy. And I think that a part of our walk, bro, into real manhood, like into real turn up activity, is the realization. Coming to the conclusionary point, like I always say that term, conclusionary standpoint, where you realize, like, oh, okay, it's not just for me. My efforts are not just for me. My life is not just for me. That's literally maturity. That's bending the corner of yourself. So the final thought there is the 5 pillars as a life commandment. It's not just a philosophy, it is a law of nature. If you strengthen all 5 pillars, you will thrive. If you neglect them, you will suffer. If you master them, you will create an unshakable existence. Every decision you make either strengthens or weakens your foundation. The choice is always yours. Okay, so now we're gonna put it into motion. We're gonna flesh it out. We're gonna put it into action. So another thing that I conceptualized along my journey of like fleshing this out as a concept was there's a mode of operation, and that mode of operation expresses itself through, so yes, we have our pillars, but now each pillar has to express itself through performance and then recovery. So now we really talking. Now we really cranked out, because what are we? I gotta word it properly. In our mind, in our body, in our spirit, in our faith, in our finances, in our family, in our finances. In our mind, how are we performing and how are we recovering? In our body, how are we performing and how are we recovering? In our spirit, how are we performing? How are we recovering? So on and so forth. So the idea is like, okay, it's not good enough for me to, even for myself, using this as a life philosophy for myself. It's not good enough for me, bro, to just know that it's mind, body, spirit, family, and finances. And then with that subconscious programming, now I've got to like pseudo or subconsciously or indirectly flow myself into a way or into a life that really I want direct results. I want direct answers. I don't want like, there's times where you could read a thing or see a thing or know a thing or feel a thing, and when the way that thing registers with you, once it locks itself into your subconscious, sometimes that's enough. And then you just move with the subconscious reprogramming of what said thing just did for you. But other times we must be intentional in the way that we dive into the information, and within those other times that requires us a more like upfront approach to the material, a more hands-on approach to the material. So yeah, sometimes I could just, okay, let's say if I were to do this the other way, like I'm saying right now, mind, body, spirit. Okay, yeah, up until this point, that's been enough for me to just internalize, keep locked into the back of my head, and then move through life with that level of awareness. That's cool. Now we're reaching another level. Like now we're going to another stratosphere. And the stratosphere is not only adding on to the structure, but breaking down how we actually internalize the structure, translate that structure into liberty. Boom. That's it. Okay. So in all 5 realms, in all 5 aspects, you have performance and then you have recovery. Why is that important? That's important because that is the means, that is the measure in which we quantify success or failure in each of the realms. That's it right there. That's the importance of it, because as purpose-based men, you know what we are on the low-key side? We're statisticians on the low-key side. Like I don't care who it is, you gotta be able to measure your productivity. You have to be able to measure your output. You have to know contextually be aware of what a failure and a success is. Not like, I think my life is better, or I feel kind of bad, so my life is getting worse. Like, no, be able to look at a whole category, a whole Rolodex, a whole breakdown, a whole review where it's telling you where you lacking and where you succeeded. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to be able to see these things. And here's a pro tip. Here's a pro tip. Stop relying on your mind to do it. Like, stop relying on yourself to do it. Because if you could have did it, you would have done it already, nigga. If you could have been what you wanted to be, you will be it right now, not trying to yearn towards it. So stop relying on the faculty, or I'm not even going to say the faculties. Stop relying on the structure that's got you thus far. You keep telling yourself, like, this is not a beat up, this is not a smear campaign. I'm not doing it like that. But I'm saying, like, too much of the time, we'll have an intention and then just move forward with the intention. Like, oh, I want to be a nurse, so I'm just going to move forward with the will in my heart that I want to be a nurse. And hopefully God puts things in front of me that's going to further align me. Man, if you don't, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, stop relying on you, because you're not going to do it. Like, why do we set alarms? Because we don't rely on ourselves. Like, some people don't need alarms. Do you know that? Like, do you know some people are just, their circadian rhythm, which is your on and off clock to your body, they joint just already programmed to wake up at X time. Like, they've been working this job for 15 years, so really they don't got to do the alarm. Like, their body is already programmed around this time. Melatonin releases in their bloodstream, and then they get sleepy, and then they go to sleep. They in bed around this time, and then generally that gives them this amount of time for recovery, and then they wake up at this time to start their day. Their body already programmed to that. But then, for most of us, including myself, we need alarms. Because maybe it's shifting, maybe it's changing, maybe this time it's this time, and then another time you gotta do this. Like, whatever the case may be, don't rely on yourself. It's reasons why we have external devices. I'm not even necessarily saying the phone, but just external devices that we lean on in terms of structure. It's a reason why. Like, lean into your systems, lean into your structure. Don't lean into self. That's quite honestly putting too much on yourself. It's like, this is a good example right here. Instead of journaling the day's happenings and the day's events, we rely on our brain to keep a store log of all the things that's happening, and then hope that the impressions that the things that are happening are having will have a positive resignation in our subconscious, and we just move forward with that level of intention. And I'm not necessarily saying that that's bad, but what I'm doing is calling you to a higher level of, at the very least, intentionality. Just a higher level of intentionality. It's like, okay, what if I tend to tell myself a thing very often, and it reinforces this perspective that I'm explaining now. I tell myself, like, what if every thought that I have is worth $1 million? Like, I'm just saying, like, let's just hypothetically think in that framework for just a little bit. Like, let's just say that anytime you had a bright idea, it was worth, the value of that bright idea was worth $1 million. You wouldn't take that joint wild serious. Like, you wouldn't be writing down stuff all the time. Like, you wouldn't, if a stream of consciousness comes to you, you wouldn't just want to hurry up and document it so that at a later date you able to reflect upon the stream. Because that's what I'm saying. Like, we end up relying on our subconscious to recall and do this and do that, when in reality, bro, just go grab a book. Just go externalize it. Like, get it from out of here onto something. That's how you take yourself serious. Like, that's how you start concreting ideas. And then there's a phenomenon that happens when you take a thing from idea to written, like not typing, but actual pen and paper written form. It transcribes a thing in your subconscious, in your heart, in your mind, in your spirit There's just a connection that happens. Like you're literally connecting with the word because you're writing it out with your hand. It's like it's a weird thing that happens. And for some reason, in reference to in terms of like the law of manifestation, for some reason, when you write that thing down, that thing gets a thing. You just gotta write that thing down. Stop relying on yourself. Rely on systems. Be system based, system oriented, and don't even like rely on your goals to like motivate you. And that no, because you're gonna run out of motivation. What happens then? Like you're gonna fall into a rut. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that. You're gonna end up getting into a space where maybe you don't have all that drive and gumption. What do you do then? Because if your drive and gumption was the system, you're gonna fall on your face. Because it's fleeting. Feelings are here today and gone tomorrow. But facts reside forever. So make a fact of your structure. Make a fact of your scenario. Make a fact of your impression, your structural impression. Make a fact of it. And regardless of how you feel, you now have to lean into the fact of your structure. Why does your structure matter? What are the things that when you do this, that you're now achieving? And then to that adage, what are the things that when you now do this, you're one step forward in your journey into not only your higher self, but your calling, like what it is you're called to do. Okay, so we got that. So then now let me answer. Let me ask you a question. How do we restore and realign in each area? Because if we bringing up the idea of performance and recovery, I would like to believe maybe that it's probably going to be easier for us to think of how we show up in the performance realm as opposed to how we show up in the recovery realm. Like you know how to perform with your body. You know how to perform with your mind. You know how to perform with your spirit. But what does recovery look like in those same realms? Excuse me. So let's think about spiritual recovery. And let's align to some ideas there. Meditation or silent prayer. Remember, I was just saying in the last video, solitude, bro, isolation, bro, time, intimate time with God, intimate time with your creator. Because quite honestly, you don't know what you're doing. And until you come to that conclusion, you're just going to keep playing around. You're just going to keep playing around, bro. You have to, at some point, come to terms with me doing it my way is not the right way. Because every time I do it my way, I be doing bullshit. And that's just grown man shit, bro. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you it like that. Like, we do got to hold ourselves accountable. Like, nah, I be on bullshit too sometimes. I be fucking my life up too sometimes. It's not always this external thing that we could always point to and blame. Nah, it's just not always that, bro. It's things that we doing too, because quite honestly, man, the CO, my principal, my probation officer, my father, the teacher who just failed me, all of these, this relationship that may have failed, this girl that I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like all of these different aspects of my life, right? What is the thing that is the common denominator of all of those things? None of them people know each other. The CO don't know the teacher. The teacher don't know the probation officer. Like none of these things. The CO don't know my moms. None of these things have anything in common, but me. But me. So you got at some point, even if it's on a real small 1% level, got to see like, where do I take shape in all of this? Because you take shape. It's a 100% chance that you take shape. It's not even like maybe it's happening, maybe it can. No, it's absolutely 100% happening. And it's the only weather part about it, about it is whether or not we adhere to maybe the levels of self-awareness that we supposed to be at, so that we can operate through the lens that is more holistic, more healthy, you know what I'm saying, more appropriate for a normalcy, for standardization. Meditation or silent prayer, Sabbath or intentional rest from certain activities. Intentional rest from certain activity. Reflecting on scripture, journaling, or deep theological study. Let's think about financial recovery. That's interesting, right? Passive income or investments, letting money rest and still work. That's a quite literal translation of the term, you know what I'm saying, resting or recovery. Budgeting, resets, that's good. That feels like in the same emotional space or frequency. That feels like in the same frequency of what a Sabbath might feel like, or what prayer might feel like a budget reset. It's like you clean slating it, you know what I'm saying? Like you initializing with yourself, you sitting with yourself, you restructuring some things. Like that feels like recovery. Or financial Sabbaths. That's a dope concept. Financial Sabbaths. Spending fast. So we must fast from things that call to our flesh, if not for anything else, to show your flesh that you're in charge of yourself. Because sometimes the flesh will have it fucked up and think that it's the other way around, and we'll let it too. So fasting is good for our human fleshly nature, to abstain from certain things, to come out from certain things, to remove ourselves from things that please the flesh. I mean, as far down as to drinking soda. You know what I'm saying when I say that? Like literally things that please the flesh. Like if you like to eat this certain thing, like that's your like, how would you say, like cheat meal, or that's like your indulgence. Okay, from this point here to this point here, I'm locked in and I'm only doing this. If not for nothing else, it goes so much deeper than that, but if not for anything else, for the sake of beating your own flesh into submission, because it's yours. It's yours. Like, why should it jurisdict you if it's yours and you should have dominion over it? Spending fast. I like that. Learning and adapting financial strategies instead of constantly grinding. That's good too. Okay, so now let's flesh that out. We're going to flesh it out. I did like a little chart. You see my chart? Yeah, I did a little chart, you know. Actionable next steps for the 5-pillar philosophy. Each pillar should have 2 major components: performance, or in other words, the execution, the active effort, and provision. Oh, yeah, that's real good. Recovery and reinforcement. I forgot I even did it like that. Performance and provision. Recovery and reinforcement. The restoration process. That's good, bro. That's good. That's good. You gotta contextualize it, bro. Because if you could see it, you could believe it, bro. You gotta believe. You gotta believe. You gotta believe me. You gotta believe in me, baby. That's like Mary, bro. That's for your soul. On me? Okay, come on. Performance and provision. So let's think about that in the mind realm, in the mental realm. So performance in the mental realm could look like learning, strategy, critical thinking, writing, creative problem solving, while provision or recovery and reinforcement in the mental realm could look like meditation, solitude, sleep, deep reflection. Now let's go on to the body. Let's go into the physical realm. What does performance or execution look like in the physical realm? We got workouts, movement, nutrition, and Recovery could look like rest, stretching, self-care, diet optimization. Now let's go on to the spiritual realm. What does performance or execution look like in the spiritual realm? Prayer, study, worship, discipline, service, serving unto others. Now, what does provision or recovery look like in the spiritual realm? Spiritual rest, fasting, gratitude, stinking. Gratitude, bro. Gratitude, brother. Gratitude, 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 brother. Gratitude. Like just being grateful, bro. Oh my God. If you ever in a funk, bro, just look around, baby. Just look around, baby boy. Just breathe, nigga. Yo, walk in the ER. You know what I'm saying? Walk in the, or maybe not the ICU, but walk through a hospital. You know, walk through a children's hospital. You know, go volunteer at a nursing home, at a homeless shelter, at a soup kitchen, you know? Cause sometimes we get so used to ourselves, we just get sick of it. I think that's what that kind of is too. We don't realize it as that, but I think that's what that could be. Like, and we don't hate ourselves, but sometimes you just so yourself, you just so in yourself, you kind of just get overwhelmed. Like you just get tired of that shit. But in that moment, instead of us succumbing to that feeling, all right, if we tired of ourselves, let's go put ourselves in somebody else's feet, in somebody else's shoes. Let's go see other perspectives. Let's go gain other perspectives. So I could come back to myself and realize, man, what was I even tripping off, dog? Like, what was I even tripping off, dog? John, you could just walk outside. Walk outside. And see something or somebody that's not as fortunate as you are. Yo, that gratitude joint, that's masculinity, bro. That's male mastery, bro. It's gratitude. Cause sometimes it's just you and God. And in that crafting phase, in that crafting, period, a lot of it is gonna be just you and God, bro. So it's not always gonna be this external validation, especially like if you're not in a relationship. There's nobody immediately there to tell you that you're doing good, or you look good, or you smell good, or you feel good. So who's gonna do that for you? You gotta be rooted in something. Or isolation will turn to insanity. Solitude will turn to insanity. You know what I'm trying to say? Like the silence that's peaceful gonna turn into the silence that's deafening. But it's gotta be rooted in something. All right, let's continue. Gratitude, sacred stillness. Be still and know that I am God. Family. How do we perform in the family realm? Time, presence, leadership, protection. How do we recover in the family realm? I think this might be a little bit more important than the performance, because we know how to perform in a family. Maybe not all of us, but I think you know how to perform in a family realm. You can be maybe more intentional. You can be maybe more aware, but you kind of already maybe have an idea of what performance looks like. But then the thing that bogs you is that you don't know what recovery looks like. So you end up burning yourself out with your family. And what you don't want to do is resent your loved ones because you don't have no boundaries with your own damn self. The same way you would do with women. Like, not maybe to the same degree, because these are strangers, like that you just picked her up, you just met her, Whereas your aunt or your uncle or your father or your mother or your brother, like, that's obviously different. But boundaries is boundaries. And like I always say, they ain't not just for me, they for you too. So that when it's time for me to give me to you, I can give you my fullest, all unadulterated self. Uninhibited self. Like just take all of me. So I think that that's important. Reflection, gratitude, even with your family. Healthy boundaries, quality time. If you ever need to realign, this is good in relationships too. Just being grateful. Instead of, because somewhere, maybe they did do something wrong to us in any, you know what I'm saying, interaction or relationship or friendship. Maybe there was something that was done wrong, but if you could do the gratitude joint and then kind of like restructure your mind, that's a mental programming. Gratitude is a mental programming. It's a mental download. It's a mental transmission. And when you're grateful, you're programming your brain literally to force itself out of the fog that it's in into a state of bliss. And if ignorance is bliss, what you're doing is transmutating your mind to be ignorant to the fog state and blissful to the grateful, abundant state. Gratefulness ushers in abundance. Because if I'm loving and happy and grateful with what I am right here, that's proven me to be a good shepherd. Meaning, if not for nothing, you deserving of more. Amen. Finance. How do we perform in the financial realm? Work, investment, wealth building. Man, get out of here, bro. Work, investment, wealth building, provision. And then now, what does recovery look like in the financial realm? Budgeting, reassessment, wise stewardship. Wise stewardship. Wise stewardship. The good steward. Learning from our financial mishaps, our financial mistakes. Putting a percentage up. If these 5 pillars are to reinforce balance, within the pillars, we've got to reinforce balance too. Having a savings for yourself, having a savings for, you know what I'm saying? Like priorities, having a savings for long-term joints, long-term goals. Nobody asks you to be perfect. Every part of it is a learning process. But just do it. And make the information meet you where you are. Make it meet you where you are. Okay, you're not super well versed into the market. You're not hip to the S&P. You're not hip to VTOs. You're not hip to, you know what I'm saying, ETFs. You're not hip to dividend yields. You get what I'm trying to say? You're not hip to deltas. Certain candlestick patterns. But I can guarantee you have a bank account. So when you get paid, just put $10 to the side, bro. And don't ever touch the $10. Just to prove to yourself that you'll never do it. Reinforce that to begin with. And that's what I'm saying when I say make the information meet you where you are. And then as you grow in your journey, your knowledge internally is going to expound itself on the whole predicament. On the whole predicament. Gain knowledge, bro, because it's going to save you. It's going to save you. It's going to save you. It's going to fortify you. Now this for everybody. I love everybody. But if you from here, they already told your black ass, if you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in the book. I don't know about you, but I took that very personal. Don't play with it. Come on, baby. Don't play with it. Don't play with it, bro. Nah, but in all seriousness, though, yo, seek wise counsel, bro. Seek wise counsel. If you, let's say you might have 100 of them Jones here on earth. Maybe, hypothetically. My grandfather died at 87. My grandpa just died, I think he was like 87. 86, 85, something like that. So you could still be 15 off too at the end of the day. But let's just say hypothetically you get 100 of them Jones. That means you only, if you never would have ever opened up a book ever in your life, you would ever only have your 100 years of experience to rely upon. Do you realize how much of a handicapped fight that is? Imagine you have to fight Ali, but you from here with it. You from one arm with it. That's basically what you're doing. You handicapping yourself. Because if you mind, body, and spirit, but you literally not using one faculty, you're handicapped. So if what I would be considered is not handicapped, but if somebody that's, let's say, wheelchair bound, all of wheelchair bound or paraplegic, that would be considered handicapped. So what do you think is happening on the internal realms? If we don't have all our faculties, our limbs, our internal limbs, where we stretch out, if we don't got them rocking, you're handicapped. And they already told you, if you want to hide something from a nigga, do it like this. Yeah, that would have struck my soul as it did. I said, no, I might have to dedicate a whole life to spiting that as a sentiment. I'm a spite that as a sentiment. And I'm gonna dedicate my whole life to spiting that as a sentiment. It should have, God is good, bro. Okay, here we go. Because remember, I said recovery and reinforcement. How do recovery and reinforcement align? Recovery isn't passive. It's a strategic process of reinforcement. Think of it like strength training. Muscles aren't built during the workout. They grow in the recovery phase. But that recovery must be intentional. Protein, rest, hydration, etc. Recovery, restoring depleted energy. Reinforcement, strengthening your foundation during that restoration phase. Yeah, that's real good. We could pin it right there. Unpack that. Sit with that. That's the next internalization of our philosophy for life, our operating system for life, which is the 5 pillars of existence. God bless.